everybody.
Hey, good morning.
Breakfast time.
Breakfast with the pastors. Thanks for joining us this morning.
We want to see your breakfast sometimes, so why don't you send us a pic or give us a comment or something. Let's see what you brought to breakfast.
Oh, hey, listen, we got a new air fryer,
Yeah.
and we have been
These are really
frying
good.
up chicken wings.
Yeah, it makes you think, wow, we can eat a lot of fried foods now.
But
It's
leftover
good.
chicken is really great in the morning, I think.
Yeah, and I got me a new pan. I got rid of my Teflon skillets. Trying to find out how to really put it on the burners where it's even. But let me tell you, it's the best eggs ever.
Oh yeah,
They're
it was
not
delicious.
sticking, and then I love my wok. It makes me actually want to cook. And it's a weapon at the same time. God help anybody ever walks in.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
really heavy.
Yeah, well, I don't talk back to you when you're cooking.
That's right. But anyway, we're having a lot of fun with it. But today is going to be a special day, and we got a great word for you.
Yeah, we want to know what's on your mind.
Yes.
And, you know, we ask that question a lot of times of people, what's on your mind, you know?
And everybody, what do they say? Nothing. Why are you asking me? There's nothing on my mind. Is there something on your mind?
Yeah, and a lot of
Let's see
times
what I say.
we're just asking because it's out of concern, or we want to get a perspective, you know, their perspective.
Right.
And how many of you know what the usual response is? Like you said, nothing's on my mind.
Nothing's on my mind.
You know, and men, we're different. You know, my wife will say, gosh, you're just in such deep thought.
Yeah,
you know?
you're really too quiet. And then I thought, well, maybe I shouldn't know what's on his mind.
Yeah,
That's
but,
probably a good idea.
you know, and then when I tell her, you know, I was thinking about my 1957 Ford Fairlane that I got when I was 17 years old.
How sweet.
And I was thinking about, I couldn't remember what the mirrors looked on the outside. And she goes, you're thinking about that?
Of course. I thought, well, maybe it was me. I was looking all good that night, extra hot date. But anyway, sometimes it just takes a little work to get a real honest answer.
Yeah, well,
That's
sometimes
the one
people
when we ask
they feel
it.
awkward, you know,
Yeah.
and are they're embarrassed about sharing their personal thoughts. But we're asking because the Lord wants you to know He can fix things. A lot of
Yes.
times when we have things on our minds, it's because we're worried about something. Our thoughts fall into two basic categories.
Yeah, it can be constructive thoughts, right?
Yeah, our destructive thoughts.
Oh, wow.
You know,
Those are
you're
big
either
words.
thinking positively or negatively.
Right.
Negatively, and if your thoughts are
Yeah.
based on fear, shame, or destruction, well, we would consider those, you know, destructive thoughts.
Destructive.
You know, but if your thoughts
Our peace, joy, our
are rest, you know, we would consider those
good
constructive.
thoughts, constructive thoughts.
Yeah, good
Amen.
thoughts. So what's on your mind? Is it constructive or
Are destructive.
are destructive?
Yes.
You know, Proverbs 4:23 says, be careful what you
Yes.
think, because your thoughts can run your life.
You know what? Your thoughts can be read on your face. That's real easy. We can see your thoughts a lot of times, because people who are in a bad mood or they're hiding something, if they start looking down, still looking at you, I'm thinking something's up.
Yeah, my
Something
wife
in
is
the
usually an
shadows.
expert. I know
really
what
am
you're
good.
thinking right now.
Yeah,
you know.
then I know what you're thinking out there too. So how are you running your life, Larry?
I try to run it on constructive thoughts, things that are positive,
Amen.
you know. But I'm telling you, fiery darts come into everybody's life
You
and
think?
heart every
That's
once
right.
in a while.
That's what Proverbs 23:7 says.
For as a man thinks,
In his heart,
so is he.
so is he.
Yeah, ultimately it's not people or circumstances that determine, you know, our life and our life outcome. It's our thought life, you know, because there's a lot of times people can go through all kinds of adversity, all kinds of negative things, and they can get back on track because their thoughts are constructive. Other people go through the same thing, and they can't get back on track because their thoughts are negative.
So again, what is really on your mind today?
Yeah. You know, people a lot of times can think about things, you know, long-term or short-term.
Right.
And if you're thinking about things that are negative from your past, you know, the Apostle Paul says you gotta forget those things which are behind and press on to the new things.
The whole thing today is, and we're just gonna make it really simple, you just need to let go and go on. and start just enjoying life. And when you ask somebody what's on their mind, and if they're not going to give any info, well, just walk away and pray. Just don't go there because they're not ready anyway.
Yeah, and you know how sometimes people can blow your mind because they make a big deal out of nothing. You know,
Right.
and people typically with like a wounded spirit. They've picked up an offense. They have unforgiveness in their heart.
They can be very ornery at that time.
Or fear or insecurity have a way of exaggerating and escalating minor little infractions, you know.
Absolutely.
So it isn't necessarily what you say, it's what's going on in their head at the time.
You know, when we talk about people with their thought life at the time, I've gone to people and say, I know something's up. You know, I know that something's going on with you, but you're still not, you're still not giving me any information to resolve the situation. How many's been out there? You want to do right. You want to say, let's just get this resolved. But how many knows it's difficult when a person's not yielding? Well, they don't want to say it. I mean, they just keep fanning the fire.
Yeah, and
it's not going to get you anywhere.
You know, sometimes people do that because they feel like, you know, even if I do tell you, nothing's going to change.
Right, and we'll just go through the same thing, and then people get aggravated, and so.
Well, they feel like life is unfair. They feel like it's unjust, you know. Sometimes it's unrelenting, hopeless, you know.
Yeah.
Or they just really do feel there's no remedy. Nothing can ever change.
But God can change it.
Yeah.
And that's what, I want you to eat the right breakfast today. I want you to eat the bread of life today. That really gives you all these benefits, you know, that is blessings that can encourage you and make you really enjoy life.
You know, and we do want to ask you what's on your mind because...
What is on your mind?
Know, do you feel like things never work out for you?
Sometimes.
You know, like they work out for others, but they don't work out for you. We have to be careful in our thinking because we can become entrapped or kind of walled in, if you would, by our own thoughts. That are negative and destructive. We can create this barrier around us, and we can't escape, and people can't get in.
Right, so then you're in a scenario that nobody wins, and then you're constantly you're comparing yourself, which is the most dangerous thing of all. If I can help you today, don't compare yourself with others. You don't know their whole stories, and maybe they're at a highlight in their life. Rejoice with them, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
No.
You know what they may look like on Facebook? They're vacationing again. You're thinking, darn, I haven't won one vacation. What about me? You know? But I'm telling you, just stay in the right attitude.
Right attitude.
Right.
And, you know, even when, if you're living with someone that's not sharing their intimate secrets, you know, I mean, you know that something's going on in their life. I think love, you know, the scripture says that love never fails.
That's right.
And sometimes it's just being there for somebody and being supportive as they go through this. And I've seen that even in my own life. I'm not ready to open up all the time. No. You know, and share, you know, even though I want you to know.
And let men think about it. They're not like women. Let them think about it. They'll let you know when they want to share. So that's the best way, because that's a better win. Because if you go in and they don't want to share, that can be a real hot spot. That can be a real flame. And so you don't want to go there.
Yeah, and I've never seen, you know, it failed. You know, when you go into that.
Counsel someone,
Yeah, there's like this, you know, it blows up.
Yeah.
You know, and there wasn't a need for that. You know? But people feel pressured.
They do. And when they feel pressure, they're feeling insecure, so they want to fight. And they want you out of their space, as they would say it. So we have to bring those thoughts into captivity to the obedience of Christ today.
Yeah, 2 Corinthians 10, 4 and 5 says, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty in God for the pulling down of strongholds."
Yes.
Casting down, the scripture says,
That's right.
arguments and everything that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, bringing every thought into captivity to the obedience of Christ.
That's a lot, arguments. There's a lot of arguments out there. Bringing everything in obedience to the captivity of Christ, right?
Right. And I mean, God's got a place for those thoughts, those negative thoughts.
They need to go away. That's what those thoughts need to do.
They need to be cast off. And I want to tell you something. If you feel hopeless today because, maybe things haven't changed for a while.
Right.
And you've been praying and you've been believing. And I want you to know that we've all been in situations.
Oh, yeah, we're
like
in one
that.
right now. So you might think, oh, they're so calm, cool. No, we're not.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
going to go down there, but we are not calm and cool all the time. We're believing for miracles, too. How many's believing for a miracle Christmas? I'm going to agree with you.
I'm believing for a miracle Christmas.
A miracle Christmas for you, that the impossible can be done because of God. Make sure that you fit every loose thought with your emotions and your impulse into the thoughts that are centered today in God's promises.
Yeah, and that's what we've got to do. We got to bring these
it all in.
thoughts into the presence and the promises of God. So what are you thinking?
We love you today, yeah.
What are you thinking? We love you, and we're here for you. And
what are you thinking?
What am I thinking?
You got less than 30 seconds. Tell me what you're thinking.
Well, I was thinking about what I might be getting for Christmas,
Oh, I was thinking that you was thinking about me and what you're going to get me for Christmas.
Oh, really?
Right. Well, that's a great note to start.
Well, I think you already got it picked out what I'm going to get you.
Yeah, so what's on your mind?
This is what you're getting me for Christmas. That's what you usually say.
We love all of you guys.
We love you.
We want you to have fun.
Hey.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
If you've been enjoying our Breakfast with the Pastor series, then click the bell to subscribe. You'll be notified with any of our new posts as well as view previous ones. If you'd like to join us for a Sunday morning service, check out our website at www.laurelcm.org for location information.